Hey, welcome to my journey. Today's video is going to be just some chit-chatting and a couple hauls. If you've watched the past couple videos that I had, you know that today, this is Sunday that I'm filming. It's like after 9 o'clock. We've been in the car since 7:30 this morning. But we were taking Sebastian back to meet his mom halfway. Because, you know, he's in Ohio and we're not. So that's what we did today. Well, I made us leave early because I always have to make a lot of pit stops. And I didn't know about Sebastian, you know, how he would need to. As it ended up, we were like an hour, hour and a half. Yeah, really an hour and a half early for the meet time. So I told David when I realized we were going to be that early, I'm like, let me get to looking. We go to Charleston, West Virginia. We're in North Carolina, in case you're not aware of that. Just north of Charlotte. Just a little town right above Charlotte. And I said, I'm going to find a Goodwill. So you know I found a Goodwill. Well, we were going down the road, and he knew, because he used to make a switch trailers when he had a run before at the same exit that we meet off. Well, this put us coming off of the earlier exit, like 6 miles away from the meet spot, which we could have just gone to that exit and come back down this way to get to us. Either way, it took us to the same road that we meet on, right? So we're going down through there. I told her, I said, well, I'm going to let the map tell us here just when we get off on that little road so we know what we're looking for. Well, in a quarter mile, turn right. So we're going down the road. I'm like, turn. There's nowhere to turn. I'm like, turn. So he gets to the next one. I'm like, turn. She goes, boink. So if you know when you do the maps, when you go off route, she gives you a doink sound. Well, she did that, and then she said, go down to this other street. And he's like, okay, well, so where's that street? I'm like, no, she's rerouting you. He goes, no, she just told me to go to so-and-so street. I'm like, yeah, because she's rerouting you, because you didn't turn back there where I told you to turn. Well, there was nowhere to turn. I'm like, there was somewhere to turn. So we go down, we make the... He makes that turn. He wasn't mad at me. He was just irritated because he didn't see nowhere to turn. So then we get back around. She leads us right back out to the street. We come up. She made us do a little round the block to get back to the street we were on, right? So we get on it. We turn back left. And it goes, okay, in like a quarter mile, whatever she says, turn left. I'm like, he's like, where do I turn? I'm like, in the same spot I told you to turn the first time that you didn't turn. So we turned up in there. He hit it. He turned up in there. We sitting there. We saw the big lots. So we know there was a big lots. But then where we're sitting, there's just like a parking lot. There's some little building at the end, and there's a building to the left of us, and that's a dead end. There's nothing else there. And we just sit there a minute. And then he looks over, he goes, there it is. So when she said make a right, it was apparently a street. I guess it was a street. Technically, it was. And the Goodwill was just right there in that parking lot. So, you know, I was hoping it was going to be a big one, because when I looked it up, I told him, I said, oh, it looks big. It was little. And the way they had their Goodwill set up was, when I finally found the books, was when we were getting ready to check out, and they had like 10 books in the whole store. No joke. It was the whole store was racks of clothes, and all the items that they sold were in racks on top of the clothing racks. So there was no shelving, nothing like that. Everything was sitting on a rack on top of the clothes. So you had to just go up and down through the clothes and look up on the top to see what you might want. So, you know, obviously I found some things. You're not going to believe what I found. Listen, I looked up today. I hit the jackpot today. Let me just tell you that. Value-wise, should I decide to sell these, which shall not happen. So then we get through the Goodwill, and we go on to the McDonald's, because that's where we meet, is the McDonald's. We were still, I don't know, half hour early. So I'm like, let's go in and get a cold drink, because, oh my gosh, we thought, being hot down here, when we got to the mountains of West Virginia, it would be a little bit cooler. No, it was scorching hot up there. It was, oh my gosh, it was miserable. There was no cool mountain breeze. There was nothing cool about it. It was hot. I told David, you reckon because we're closer to the sun? I mean, in higher elevation, you know. So we go back and we sit in the McDonald's, and we didn't get set down. Sebastian wanted milk. That's all he drinks is milk and water. And I asked him, did he want a drink? And he wanted milk. So he got him a milk. And I got me a Coke Zero. David got it for me. And, ooh, it tasted like it had some kind of Dr. Pepper mixed in it or something. And so he had run to the bathroom. And I told him, I said, I'm sitting because, listen, I've been having it rough with my legs today. And that little chair was so, when I sit down in it, it's so low, it's hard to get up. I told him, I said, when I sit down here, I'm not getting up until I see them coming, because we sat at the window. So he run to the bathroom, and he come back. I said, honey, would you mind getting me a Sprite? So he poured it out. He rinsed it out, I guess, where they have the water, you know. Got me a Sprite. That tasted better. And then they got there, and so we got all our goodbyes said and all that. Don't know when we'll get to see him again. Hold on, I got my water with me today because I am parched. My lips are parched. My throat is parched. My mouth is parched. I don't know if it's from being in the air blowing on me all day long. It is medicines too, because I quit taking it because of the dry mouth. Because I knew when I had surgery and I could only drink little tidbits of liquids, with the way my mouth is now, I guzzled the liquids, and I thought, well, I can't do that. But then my legs were killing me, so I come back on it, and now I'm back to this again. So it's going to be a fine line somewhere. I don't know what's going to give, but something's going to have to. So anyway, don't know when we'll get him back. So he'll be in kindergarten, so it'll be school breaks. There's no like taking him out, letting him miss a week of preschool, you know, because this is kindergarten. So, but he got all his stuff that we got him, and got everything, and got all the hugs and kisses, and got all that done. So when we was coming up the road after we left the Goodwill, well, before we got to the Goodwill, we was coming up the road, and we passed this place called Woody's Goodies. I told David, I said, I need to go to see what Woody's got. I need to go to Woody's Goodies. So he said, we'll go after we drop off Sebastian. So we go on up, and over on the left, that was on the right side, and over on the left was this thrift store. Big thrift store. Just the driveway. Here's the road, and the driveway, you just pull off, and there it is, and there's the building. It's just right there, because we're just in this little town at the base of the mountain. And we drove by. I said, it don't look like there's no lights on, but maybe it just don't open up until later on Sunday. We're going to ride back by and find out, right? So we get through, and I said, okay, now we got to go back by and find that little thrift store and see if they opened up. Well, we also passed this Amish market, just a little one, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to go. So when we come back by, he said, there's that Amish market. Did you want to go? I said, yeah, I do. Let's go. So we pull off. We pull right up in the front. As soon as we pulled up, there's this sign, handwritten, cash only. So we're like, well, all we got is toll money, because we don't carry cash. We had cash for the tolls because we hit 3 tolls up there. So there's 3 up, 3 back. And we had to just pull out and leave. I was really bummed about that, because I wanted to go to the Amish market. It's not like the one that Jones, that is humongous, that I'm going to go to one day. I vow and declare that I will make it to the Amish market one day. So then I said, now we got to find that thrift store. Well, we come down the road and we found it. There was one car in the front, which gave me a little bit of hope. But we pulled up. Couldn't see the hours, but there wasn't a light on in the place. But I'm going to tell you what. I need to go to this thrift store. The outside windows are just full of stuff. So they have shelves in their windows. If they have that much in their windows, can you imagine what is inside that store? I told David, I said, we're going to take a day trip. Go to that thrift store. 10-hour round trip to go to a thrift store. What? Hey, if it's an enjoyable day, who cares? What's what we did today. We had to take Sebastian, but we made a fun day out of it. I got to look at a couple stores. So I did get to look at the Goodwill. And then when the thrift store was closed, I said, well, we still got Woody's goodies. So we pulled down and pulled up in the parking lot. And it said certain days are certain amounts of money. And it was Saturday was $5. I'm like, I don't want to pay $5 for nothing. I want the cheap stuff. We're like, well, let's just go in and see. There might be something in there that's worth $5. Well, I got some things back here that I paid $5 for. You will see those in a minute too. So we shopped Woody's Goodies. We looked around there. And then as soon as we got in the car, Dave was like, what are we going to eat? Because it was, well, we didn't drop him off until 2. And so after we come down from there and shopped, so it was, I don't know, 2:30, something around that. I said, well, I don't want no fast food because we got fast food at home. I think we're like the capital of fast food around here. I said there was a Shoney's. We passed the Shoney's. I said in some like diners. So we was going down the road, and it wasn't long. We seen the Shoney's sign, and then there was some other little something on there. I said, well, you want to do Shoney's? Because our Shoney's has been closed for umpteen years, and they knocked the building down and everything. The one over in Charlotte where his mom and daddy used to go, this closed down. So we ain't been to Shoney's in Blue Million years. So that's where we decided to go. Well, let me just tell you, it's the buffet all day. Woo! I'm not even going to sit here and even pretend to lie to you that we didn't put a hurting on that buffet. Because we did. We were starving, and it smelled so good. And we ate. We did have a salad, though. We ate until our heart was content. So we were sitting there, and we were eating, and I told David, I said, I'm fixing to eat what looks like what made me get this way to begin with. So we were sitting there eating, and they played, the music they played was just a little bit of everything. And we had just listened to Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. And the very next thing come on was these banjos playing. I looked at David. It was Foggy Mountain Breakdown. I told David, I said, now I don't want this to sound mean or whatever. I said, but that's the kind of music I would expect to hear in West Virginia. He goes, I was just going to tell you, you don't hear that in Charlotte. I'm like, no, you don't. I mean, it's a good song. Who don't want to hear the banjo playing, right? David played the banjo. So, but it was Cyndi Lauper. Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And then, with the Foggy Mountain Breakdown. It was so funny. And then they played some kind of, not jazz, but something that I didn't know, but it was a whole different. So they had a good selection of music going on. But they had these little girls over there just laughing and carrying on. And somehow they got what looked like Astro Pops. I don't know if that come with a kid's meal or what, but it might have been over in the ice cream box. I don't know. I thought it just had ice cream, and I looked in. It had little baby, at least that size, ice cream sandwiches, little cups of vanilla ice cream, and so I had one of them and a chocolate cupcake with some hot fudge on it. Not much, not enough for me. So I put that ice cream in one of their soup bowls and then put that cupcake on top of it and chopped it up all, and ate it. Listen, their hot fudge cakes are, I used to get those growing up. Listen, when we went to Shoney's back when my brother was just a little thing, we went to Shoney's a lot. And I loved to get fish and chips at Shoney's because I thought it was the coolest thing that they would put it in paper in a basket. It wasn't on a plate. I just thought that was the coolest thing. And then I went through a spell where I got their Slim Jim sandwiches, their ham and cheese sandwiches, the long, warm, melty kind. I went through a phase of that. But I used to have to get them hot fudge cakes a lot. And I used to get the big boy hamburger. So I miss Shoney's. Shoney's just in a breakfast bar. Oh my gosh. Me and David used to love their breakfast bar. They had delicious breakfast. Some of the best scrambled eggs you've ever eaten in your life. The fluffiest, softest scrambled eggs anybody ever been to Shoney's breakfast bar. And that gravy, that sausage gravy they got down there in that soup bucket. Ooh, golly. Man, good times, good times. So we had a good day. We had a lot of laughing, a lot of talking. We just had a really good day. I think it was a good thing for us to take him back. And it was weird because, I'm sad to see him go, but I felt more, I don't know, I felt more at ease being there at the last minute when he went with his mom and his other grandpa, like seeing him there and kissing him and telling him goodbye and knowing he was with them, other than like when he's over at my house and RJ come gets him for the last time. I don't get to see him, and then I break down and I start crying. I don't know, it was just different today. Not that I wasn't sad. I'm not saying that because I'm always sad to see him go. But it felt different taking him today than him just leaving my house. But we had a good party. Oh, I didn't ask Holly if I could show singing to Jacob. I'll have to find out. So it'll either be in this video or it won't, because I'll respect her wishes. If she don't want him on YouTube, I'm not going to put him on YouTube. But I will show you the food and the little decorations. I'll just put that in a little clip, maybe put some music to it, because we weren't talking about, I wasn't describing it. You can read little signs yourself, and so I'll just show you all that. And so you may or may not see us singing to him, but it was such a fun little party. It was a good party. We had a good turnout, and he got him some good mix of presents. He got toys, he got a lot of books, and clothes. So he got a little bit of everything that a 1-year-old would need. So he did good. He sat there and he helped a little bit. Now when he got to his smash cake, he touched it, and his mommy pushed his hand down in it, and he just like wasn't sure about it. And then all of a sudden, I don't know if it's because we were sitting there and everybody was staring at him. I don't know what happened. Then all of a sudden he just started squealing. His daddy had to get him out. Bless his heart. So he felt fine after that, started playing with the balloon. So, listen, he's 1 year old. He can do what he wants to do. He don't know how to tell you what's bothering him. He just knows how to cry, and that tells you there's something bothering him. So something was bothering him. Something didn't set right with him, and he didn't like it. I don't know if he didn't like being the center of attention or what. But got to see my I still consider her my stepmom. She was married to my dad, his third wife, and they had a son. This my half brother. I mean, let me that made me think. Let me tell you this. So he's a sheriff's deputy, police officer, whatever you want to call it. He works for the sheriff's department, put it that way. And I have Flair in here. Well, they were picking that his wife, my stepmom's husband, he's like, Kim, Paige wants to take your dragon home. I said, what? Well, come to find out, he was picking because she's terrified of them. She said they had a little lizard about that big in their house. It was probably one of them little skinks that gets around everybody's house. And she called my stepmom, which is her mother-in-law, get over here and get this thing out of my house. She said she found it and said she just scooped it up in a cup, put a little paper under it, and said she was just screaming the whole time, freaking out. So she's like, no, that was a joke. Well, and my brother, and he's very tall and very lanky, and he's very funny. He has such a humor. And he was talking about he does not like snakes or lizards. He don't want nothing to do with them. He said, I'll tell you this. He said, they had radioed in to me one night, said these people had a snake in their bathtub and they was radioing him to go do it. He called him back. He goes, I am not the one. They're like, 10-4, we'll find somebody else. So he didn't go. He's like, nope, I am not the one. I thought that was hilarious. But you know what? When they got here, he's not met Jacob. We don't get together like we should. You know, we just don't. You know, things like that happen. And I don't think he met Jacob when she went over there, because he wasn't there. It was just Mama. Because she considers herself a Mama, because she still considers herself their Mama just because they're not married anymore. You know, she still considers her their Mama. Well, he comes in the door, and like I said, he's big and tall. Sebastian. Jacob, he was sitting on his daddy's lap and looked over at him, and all of a sudden, he stuck his arms up, but when he wants something, he does this. So when he seen my brother, he stuck his arms up, and he started doing like this, looking at him. I said, he wants you to pick him up. He's like, you want to come to me? You want to come up here and see me? See, they don't have kids. And he says, nope, won't be none. He don't want kids. Apparently, I don't know if she does or not, but he don't want any. So I don't guess he'll ever have any. But anyway, that's what I've done this weekend. I know it seemed like there was something else I was going to tell you. I don't know. Anyway, we've had a good day. We've had a good weekend. So I'll just I'll quit I'll quit talking and show you what I bought. Hold on. So at the Goodwill, I don't know what this is. You see what that says? I don't know what that means. But even the bottom says best before 12/31/2016. There's nothing in it. It's just got this little cap. But I wanted it just for the red side. I gave 99 cents for it. I just want this for my tier tray. This might be pretty on my Christmas tier tray. Then I found this. I've already took the lid off because it's kind of hard. But it's Chesapeake Bay candle. I don't know if that's a popular brand or not, but it's Dream Boldly. Mosaic Sea Glass Handboard Candle by Skilled Artisans. Choose your own journey. Oh, but it's got 3 wicks. And it's not a scent that I normally have in here, the main house, because I like warm vanilla, pumpkin spice, hazelnut. Those are the types of scents I like. In the lemon cookie, in here. But I thought this would be a good one for the bathroom. This would be a good bathroom scent. But I thought that was right pretty. I gave $1.99 for it. Oh, I thought it was worth it. Then I found this. It is a Tabletops Gallery Bella Flora, hand painted, handcrafted. I looked this up. I gave $2.99 for it. I looked this up and there was one going for $40 on Etsy. There is this program. Okay, I will look it on my phone and I will put it across the screen right down here. That it's an app for your phone that you take a picture of your object and it will do a search for you to find objects either that or that object or the same. That's how I found. So it like you don't have to try to type in, okay, blue pattern, yellow flowers, blue dots, blah blah blah. You don't have to do all that. You take a picture of it. It will Google however it Googles and find matching objects, and that's how I found this planner. So this is worth more than $2.99. I can tell you that. Here is the biggest surprise. Okay, do you see this? Look at this. See that USA oven proof? These are like not chips, they're just how the thing is made. There's no chips in it anywhere. I gave $1.49 for this. I looked this up. This is a McCoy. Yes. From I believe the 1970s. I saw one going for $75. I gave $1.49. It was funny because we were looking and I was looking on this side of the rack and it was over on the other, and there was a pair of shoes. Somebody had thrown a pair of shoes on it. So I moved the shoes and I picked it up and David started laughing. I said, "What?" He said, "I know where that's going." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "As soon as you picked it up, I knew it was going in the buggy." I said, "Yes, it is." I didn't know it was a McCoy, but I knew it was old and I knew I loved it. So it's considered a pasta bowl. I'll just use it for whatever bowl. I don't care. But that is the deal of the doggone day right there. I got over $100 worth of dishes for $4.50. So I was quite pleased with those purchases. Now let me show you what I got at Woody's Goodies. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up here closer to me. Okay, so I got two things. Okay, the way it works, there's the way it works at this store. You know I have this liquidation store up here, right? There's a different price for every day. And you go in there and you pile through it, you pile through it, you pile through it. And it's all Amazon returns. I haven't been there since RJ had went back to work. When he was out of work with COVID and his concussion and all those complications he was having, me and him were going up there. And we haven't been back, so I need to, now he's working from home, I need to get him, we need to go up there on Thursday, which is dollar day. Well, like I said, this was $5 day. And so the bins are over on the left, so you can go through anything in the bin, $5. And then he had a section of priced items, like closeout items or just different little odds and ends. So I did get two priced items. I'll show you those first. It's these two little, can you see? It's a tall and a short stand. I can stand them if I want to. I can leave them like that. I can use them on a table for like cheese, a little small charcuterie board, just a little small one. Have them, you know, kind of nest a little bit. But $2.50, I thought I needed those for $2.50. I thought I needed them. And then some of you will think, you paid $5 for that? Well, yes, I did. This is a brand new made 5-star. You know how much this notebook might costed in the store? It's got the cover, because y'all know I'm a sucker for a good notebook. This will be a good notebook for all my, you know, odds and ends that I like to write and keep track of. So yes, I did pay $5 for that. I'm proud of it. It wasn't in the $5, well, no, let me take it back. It was in the $5 bin, but it was priced, so somebody just laid it over there. So it was $5 either way you go at it. Now, in the $5 bin, I found one of these. It is a table runner. And it was a Hearth and Hand with Magnolia table runner for $17.99 at Target. Well, I only found the one, and I was going to put it on the table that is beside me where I keep my CPAP machine and the telephone and Alexa. I was going to put that on there. Well, I found, it didn't cross my mind to get two of them, one for my other table. Till I found another one. There were two of them at the same spot of one of the tables. And it didn't have a pattern that I liked as good as this one. But I was going to go for it to have them match, right? Then it dawned on me, I'm like, I saw another one of these somewhere else. I told David, I said, go over there, take this. I give it to him. I said, take this for inspiration so you know it when you see it. There's another one of these on these tables somewhere. Lord, I think he walked right past it. Or either he didn't start on that table, he started on a farther table and didn't get over to it. But I went right over that next table that we just left. I said, hey, honey, honey, I found it. So I got two. I thought $17.99 table runner from Target was worth $5. I think it'll be pretty in there. It'll tie those two tables together, and it'll like tie up some loose ends in my little living room. And then I found two of these. These are so soft inside, these little booties. So I got the blue, and then like I guess it's a tan, but I got one for their stars above. I don't know if they come with they were $10. Wherever you bought them at, the price on them was $10. But I thought that would be, get one for both Hollies. My Holly and RJ's Holly. For Christmas. That's what the rest of this stuff is. I got one other thing for me. And the rest is Christmas. So I found this, Monopoly Junior. You know, Monopoly games and games, period, are expensive. And this says it's ages 5+. I thought, well, that gives Sebastian something fun to play with his cousins up there, because he has cousins. You know how whatever I buy him, or we buy him, I should say, I'm just going to let him take it back with him, because he'll be up there 99% of his time. So there's no use to give him a toy down here and then, nope, you can't take it and you can't play with it. So I thought maybe they would like to play that. Look at the little pieces. It's a little doggy, a dinosaur, a penguin, and a duck. Isn't that cute? Then I got these for myself on the, I don't even know if these are Snap Lock by Progressive. I don't know if that's a name brand that's well known or just some little off brand or whatever. But, oh good, that tape comes off pretty easy. One of the things on my surgery list is to buy some quarter cup, like measuring bowls, containers. I'm trying to think of the word. Like quarter cup containers, so you can divide your food out and have it pre-portioned, because you know it's how much you'll be eating. And so what I saw about this, let's see, was this little container here, this little divider. And I'm thinking, let me see, does it say on there how much this is? It doesn't say, but when I measure, I'm going to almost guarantee that that's a quarter and a half to make 1 cup. I would lay money on it sitting here right now. So I thought that would be something very handy to have, portioning out food in the refrigerator. So there's like 2 more of them. But I gave $5 for that. That's for me for later on. And then check this out. A Nerf tennis. The Nerf ball and the tennis rackets. Look how big they are. Nerf is expensive. So I got that for Sebastian for Christmas. I thought maybe him and his cousins, they ain't no tennis net or nothing like that, but I mean, like it says, it's like a silicone handle. They're, weighty. They're not cheap. But this is the Nerf brand. So I thought maybe him and his cousins might enjoy playing with that. David said, I don't know if he plays that or not. I said, well, to give him an option, to give him, if they want him to go outside and play, to run off some energy, there's something to help him do it. And then the last thing I got are these. Notebook collection, note-taking company. I'm going to, hold on. They're very, very nice. This has got to be, let you see. Now, I don't know if the inside of all of them are the same. It is. So it's got, there's one, it comes as the 3-pack, and they're very heavy. They feel good. You know how I am about notebooks. I love notebooks. But I got these for Christmas. I'm going to give one for each holly, and I'm going to keep one. So there's the one with the bee on it. There's the one with the butterfly, which is probably the one I'm going to keep. And one with strawberries. Note-taking company. But I know Holly, she likes notebooks. And so I just wish y'all could feel them. They're smooth. They're very substantial, heavyweight notebooks. So that's it. That's what I got. I think I did pretty good. Getting some Christmas out of the way. Didn't find a thing for Halloween. Went Christmas. Went kitchen. I think I did pretty good. So that's what I had going on today. It was an eventful day. Like I said, we left at 7:30 and got home like about 9 o'clock on the dot practically. So I'm going to end my video now so I can go in here and edit it. And hopefully you will be seeing this. What's tomorrow, Monday? Yeah, Monday morning, hopefully. So that'll do it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on my next one. Okay, let's sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jacob. Happy birthday to you. Yay!
Good job.
Yay!
I missed it.
Sugar, the first time ever.
Right? Right? Never had that before.
What is this deliciousness? Well, stick him in his chair. Put him in his chair.
And come on this way, so she can get over that way to take a picture.
I can't believe I missed it. Why didn't you have it?
Well, we didn't know we walked in.
Oh, you did get it.
Yay!
That's the cherry out of the mouth. Throw out the baby.
Oh, look. Look.
I feel like he's gonna throw it all. Oh, well, it says the thing.
You take that, please. Okay, whatever.
Oh, yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
There you go.
He knows exactly what he's supposed to happen.
And so you might want to.
Watch out, he don't throw that.
Yeah, I was
in
gonna
his
say.
throat.
There you go.
It gets stuck in there too long.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
He's like, ooh.
Big old hand.
Push his hand down in there.
You know, I know what it is.
Oh.
Eat it, so why is everybody staring at you?
Yeah.
Is that good? Oh.
Is this?
Oh. Why am I getting them? Mama don't never let me have that.
Is it good?
Hi.
Yum, yum.
He's like, I do better when people don't stare at me. Yeah, there you go, double-handed.
Get it.
Yeah.
Get into it.
So polite.
Just like his mama when she was little. She was that way, whether you believe it now or not. Oh, baby.
He said, oh, I never get my hands dirty.
At least in my concern. Oh, the balloon. The balloon. I'm sorry. You don't like being stared at.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying not to stare at him, but when he smiles, I have to stare at him.
Oh, he likes that.